Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 424. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening this weekend in Durham. And then I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side and then join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, or just practice being on camera. You can do that as well. So let's get started on the word page. Let's see. The word page is the government and nonprofit information page. APS of Durham, that is the Animal Protection Society. They have a pantry, so to speak, where you can pick up free dog or cat food. Sometimes they even have kitty litter. So what you do, you go online, see what they have, and then tell them when you can pick it up. Also, if you're able to donate to them, they would appreciate that as well. That makes the pantry possible. They also need donations for adoption assistance, also for spay, neuter service, heartworm treatment service, and also a very special life-saving medical treatment that gives pets or prospective pets a second chance on life so they can be adopted and have beautiful lives. Okay, so read all about that on the word page. Okay. Now, today's the big day for the grab and go service of the Book Harvest Rapid Response Center. That is where you can take your kids to the outdoor bookshelves. They can choose a book of their choice, whatever book. They can take one or two books or whatever, keep them for as long as they would like to have them. And I think that's a wonderful thing. They have multicultural books, which is great. Now, this grab and go that I mentioned is where you can contact Book Harvest, and then you can ask for a bag of books, new and gently used books, and they divide them up by age. So they have pre-K, kindergarten to second grade, grades 3 to 5, middle school, and high school. So that's really wonderful. Today is the day that you can pick up these books once you order them. So pickup is from 1 until 5, I believe, and this is only once a month. So today is the day for April. And as far as choosing the books on the outdoor shelves, that's 24/7. That's, you can do that any day. Okay, let's see what's up with YouthWorks. City of Durham's YouthWorks program is where young people ages 16 to 24 can apply to get summer jobs. Okay, they have 4-week sessions where going along with the young person's interests and availability, they can sign up for 1 hour. This is paid work now. 1 hour or up to 15 hours. Now, young people ages 14 and 15, they're also encouraged to sign up. Tomorrow's the deadline, by the way, tomorrow. So do this by tomorrow. And if it's rainy today, that means it's a good day to do some paperwork, get online and get those applications in. So tomorrow is the deadline. I don't have the time, but let's just assume the end of the day tomorrow is the deadline for signing up for the YouthWorks program. Let's just say age 14 to 24. All righty. Durham Public Schools is hiring. Let's see what jobs are up for grabs. Let's see. They're looking to hire bus drivers, bus monitors, custodians, full-time and part-time, school nutrition staff, before school and after school staff, also substitute teachers. The starting pay is $15 per hour. So check that out. You can also search for jobs by school. Like you can search for jobs available at your kid's school or maybe the school in your neighborhood. So check that out at your convenience on the word page. Also, that particular item, the Durham Public Schools job search, that's also listed on the school tools page. All righty, let's go to the health page. Of course, I have your COVID-19 test and vaccine site updates. Also, let's see where COVID-19 tests are being administered for free by OptumServe. They're not the only place, but they've been contracted by the state to be somewhere in Durham every day. So with today being Saturday, they're at the Durham County Department of Public Health from noon until 7, drive-through available. Also El Centro Hispano from noon until 6, drive-through available there as well. Tomorrow, as every Sunday, they're at the Department of Public Health from noon until 7. Again, drive-through available. I think there's a blood drive today. The Blood Connection is holding a blood drive let's see. Today's the 20. Oh, this is tomorrow. So tomorrow from 1 until 6, they will be at High Wire Brewery. And that's going to be at 800 Taylor Street. So High Wire Brewing, they're in like the north end of Golden Belt. So in the new section. So that's going to be tomorrow from 1 until 6. All right. Let's go to the sports page. Sport and Life. The Durham Bulls Fan Fest is today. I really hope it doesn't rain, and it's supposed to. Ugh. But anyway, the Spring Fan Fest for the Durham Bulls is going to be at the ballpark from 5 until 7 this evening. So, and 409 Blackwell Street, in case you don't know, DBAP. So you can take batting practice on the field. That should be fun. You can meet Ripken. I have not met Ripken yet. That is the Bulls' spokes dog. You can also meet Woolly Bull, the mascot, the official mascot. You can sample some of the new concession items. That should be fun. Also, you can enter a raffle to win the opportunity of lighting the iconic Snorting Bull home run, that big thing that lights up when they hit the home runs, all that sort of thing. So that should be really fun. So it's free. So you do have to go online and get your free tickets. But here's the thing. They have 2 time slots. So even though I said it's from 5 until 7, you can either choose 5 to 6 or 6 to 7. Limited number of people on the field because, again, the pandemic. Okay, so that should be really fun. And I do hope that it doesn't rain at that time. Okay, let's see. Also, you can sign up for Bull City Futsal. That's for young people. I'm just mentioning it. You can read about it at your convenience because the games don't really start until June. But the spring session is going on right now. So the summer session will start in a couple of months. Okay, let's see. Ooh, the Durham Senior Games start on Monday with golf, by the way. Yes. Let's see. Yes, it's time to sign up the young folks for youth baseball, the Durham Bulls Youth Athletic League. We're talking about baseball for 2 age groups, 5 to 8, 9 to 12. The 5 to 8-year-olds will practice 1 evening a week, and their games are going to be on Saturdays at Long Meadow Park on Liberty Street. And then the 9 to 12-year-olds will also practice 1 evening a week, and their games are going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same park. Okay, I'm leaving something out. Oh, softball, Durham softball. I don't think it's going to rain. Yeah, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. So at least there'll be softball games. So Durham softball games, a really clever way to earn money for our local nonprofits as they play each other. So tomorrow it's going to, and the game start at noon, free to attend. So Don't Waste Durham versus the Animal Protection Society of Durham, Vets to Vets United versus Miracle League of the Triangle, the North Carolina Against Domestic Violence versus the South Durham Little League, Meals on Wheels of Durham versus Trees Durham, and Housing for New Hope versus Porch Durham. It's really, I love, Guy, our cook is here. Let's see what's happening with Guy in just a second. He just moved to a new house, he and his lovely wife in the state of Washington. So we'll see what's happening with them. And speaking of Guy, just to let him know, and the rest of you, that there's a lottery in place by Durham Parks and Recreation to visit Lake Mickey and Little River. And that's where you can enjoy non-motorized boating and bank fishing by lottery, because again, they don't want to flood the place. I shouldn't say flood, but crowd the place with people due to the pandemic. So put in to the lottery by 6, and then they will choose the winners and send texts to them and let them know they can visit Lake Mickey or Little River tomorrow. So tomorrow's the last day. Wait, it's open Mondays too, right? Let's see. It's Fridays through Mondays. So you can also put in tomorrow for Monday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right, let's go to the sports page. I'm sorry, we're at the sports page. Let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. The Durham Farmers Market is going on as we speak until noon. They're in Durham Central Park. Durham Craft Market, also in Durham Central Park until noon. the South Durham Farmers Market until noon, south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. Okay, now this is sad news. The Parktown Food Hub, they were going to host the Earth Day Festival. I don't know the reason, but it's been postponed, maybe due to weather. So that's sad news. I do hope that they can do the same activities at a later date. But just to let you know, the Parkwood community know that their Earth Day Festival has been canceled, at least for now. Okay, Bennett Place Historic Site, they're going to host from Bentonville to Bennett Place and beyond. That starts in an hour. That's going to be from 11 until 3. This is virtual. Okay, so this is where you go online. You learn about the final months of the Civil War, which pitted North against South. The final battles were fought right here in our area in Bentonville and also Morrisville. I didn't know if you knew about that. So it also, now I didn't hear anything about the involvement of the U.S. colored troops, so you can learn about that. You can also find out how the papers signifying the South's surrender happened to be signed at Bennett Place. That's really interesting as well. And also how the end of the war affected the enslaved population of North Carolina's largest plantation, which was Staggville. I don't know if you knew that either. All kinds of great history happened here in North Carolina. You can learn all about that by going to their YouTube channel. The link is right there on the Let's Go page. It's a free event, but of course, donations will be graciously accepted. And did I tell you the time? I hope I did. 11 until 3. There you go. Now, Durham Parks and Recreation will be celebrating Earth Day in a very creative way at the Durham County Memorial Stadium parking lot. Believe it or not, there's 3 time slots: 11 to 12:30, 1:30 to 3, and then 4:30 to 6. And basically, you sign up. It's a free event. You drive there. You can enjoy, the information sessions and the live music performances from your vehicle. You can sit in your vehicle, or you can have your lawn chairs and kind of lounge around your vehicle. So that should be really, really fun. The musical acts are, Kids in America and the Carolina Soul Band. And the information will be gleaned from folks from Keep Durham Beautiful, the city's mobility department, and the Public Works Department, talking all about water. So it's a free event, so read about it on the Let's Go page and sign up. The Streetery is from 1 until 9. That's downtown. This is where Downtown Durham Inc. invites all of us to come back downtown. They want us to come back and enjoy the restaurants and sit around and enjoy the music, et cetera, the camaraderie in a socially distanced kind of way. So this is going to be, now Connor told me that it's second and fourth Saturdays. So today, 1 until 9. And again, I hope it doesn't rain. I also told you about the Durham Bulls Fan Fest from 5 until 7. I told you about that a few minutes ago. I repeated the information on the Let's Go page. Did I mention the bike ride? I did not. Durham Parks and Recreation has the Full Moon Fever bike ride. Now, you can choose to join the group at 7:30 at Mellow Mushroom, right by the ballpark, or 8:30 in front of Bean Traders on Highway 54. It all depends on how far you can ride, because what's going to happen is the group will go down the American Tobacco Trail starting at Mellow Mushroom downtown, and then they're going south. And then they're going to hook up with the folks on Highway 54, and then they'll ride together. So it all depends on whether you can ride 16 miles or 32 miles. Your choice. So basically, it starts at 7:30 officially, and it will end around 10:30. I hope it doesn't get rained out. It might, but they're going to let you know by 6 if it, they being Durham Parks and Recreation, they'll let you know by 6 whether it's been canceled or not. You don't have to sign up, just show up. They do want everyone to wear helmets, of course, face masks in case you're going to be close to folks, and also your bikes should have lights on them. Okay, now tomorrow, the Makers Pop-Up Market is going to be in Durham Central Park in the afternoon, in the morning from 11 until 3 in the afternoon. And that is where 30 plus local artists and makers will be selling and displaying their work. And it's just a nice time to be outside at a free event. They're going to have food trucks. So have a few dollars. If you're going to have the kids with you, they're going to be hungry, begging for food. Each tent will be set 6 feet apart, and we'll have hand sanitizer, etc. They do want everyone to wear face masks. Okay, and again, that is tomorrow, 11 until 3 in Durham Central Park. Empowered Minds Academy, they're going to have their virtual information session about this very unique and exciting school. This is going to be online at 3 o'clock. You can learn about the philosophy and beliefs of this school that uses the learner-driven model. That is the Empowered Minds Academy, 3 o'clock on Zoom. The link is right there on the Let's Go page. All righty, that's pretty much it. Also, another big day for my family is that my sister Cookie's birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Cookie. Now the weather. 54 and cloudy. Right, I'm so used to saying sunny. It's 54 and cloudy right now. The rain is going to start around maybe 11-ish or noon-ish and continuing. In fact, let's see. I think it's going to be like, ooh, they changed it. Wow, in just a few minutes. So, oh, wow, they really did change it. So now it says 90% chance. It was 30 a few minutes ago. So now there's a 90% chance at 11. And then, yeah, it's pretty much going to rain throughout the evening. Oh, my goodness. Thunderstorms tonight? What's going on? Oh, my God. We're going to have a super wet day today. Wow. But anyway, it'll be better tomorrow, 73 and partly sunny. I hate to see events rained out. I really do, because so much work goes into putting them together. But what can you do? So let's see what's going on in Washington State with Guy R. Cook from the Guy R. Cook Report. By the way, please share this show out so that more people can find out what's happening this weekend in Durham. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what's new. Guy, what's new?
The location of my camera, for one.
And actually, you're in a whole new house, right?
Yes. I'm in the new digs with my dual monitor setup I bought off of, I think I got this off of Amazon. And
you have 2 monitors now? Okay.
Yeah, you're on the left-hand side. So if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm looking at the monitor.
Okay. And I'm looking at the camera right now.
Yeah. Historically, my mom's sister, she's now the oldest in that generation, informed me that her grandfather, my great-grandfather, way back in the day when they were riding horses, rode a horse from Walla Walla, where I used to live, to Spokane, which by roadway right now is 153 miles.
On a horse?
Yeah. When you're when you're 18 years old.
Wow. What?
Yeah. So that's a wow.
Wow. For fun or job interview?
I'm not sure why he did it. Historic records from that era are not real fluent. Okay, they're real condensed.
Yeah. That's really interesting, because
I kind of heard that story about him riding horses, but I never heard the one about him riding to Spokane.
Well, that's really exciting for his day, because I remember learning in school that most people, especially in more rural type areas, never ventured beyond 20 miles of where they were born.
Oh, that's probably true. I can't believe that.
Yeah. Which, when you think about people like my grandmother and great-grandmother moving from Talladega, Alabama, all the way up to Gary, Indiana, and then later Chicago, that must have been. Actually, they didn't go direct. They went from Talladega up to Boley, Oklahoma for a couple of years.
With
then
a car.
From Boley. They took actually back then was really exciting. Back then, Talladega, which is still a very small town,
Yeah.
they had regular train service going up north.
Oh,
And in
wow.
fact, the Chicago Defender still exists, black newspaper. They were distributed by the Pullman Porters throughout the South, and that's why a lot of black people were enticed by
Ah,
better lives
they'd get
to,
the propaganda that was handed out, right?
yeah, they take the trains up north. So they went to Boley, and then they eventually moved up to Gary, Indiana, and then Chicago.
So did
So
they left all their belongings in Alabama and then got new stuff when they got there? Because there were no
no,
moving trucks, or did they put it on the
yeah,
train?
I think most. Now I don't know. I didn't get the impression that they were in dire poverty.
Yeah,
But it seems that most people that I hear about who moved from the deep South to places like Chicago didn't have a lot to begin with. Even if they had money,
right,
they were able to feed their kids, but they probably didn't have, like, pianos
right.
and all kinds of finery and that sort of thing. And it's possible that they did leave stuff behind. In fact, things that might have been valued might have been small. I remember visiting a friend's house in Chicago, and she had this vase sitting on the shelf, and it looked old. So I asked her, what's the story behind this old vase? And she said that upon gaining their freedom, the enslaved people were given vases by their former owners, and so that was the family's most treasured or
Oh, yeah,
oldest item. So yeah, so not everybody had like stuff like we have now, stereo equipment and
right.
pianos and all that kind of stuff. So and I'm guessing that a lot of people just left with whatever they had, including white folks, because the white people that I worked with, at Sergeant Lundy and different places, said that their folks came over with maybe just a little bag from Poland or wherever, and they took ships to America. I think people traveled light back in the day,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
Especially great grandfather riding the horse. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a buggy behind him with
probably not.
all his stuff. Yeah,
18 though. Wow.
yeah.
Do you,
That's
do you think do you think
well
he probably
on my
even though
dad's side. Hold on.
mhm,
You think 18 is young? My
okay.
dad's side, great grandfather, worked his way west. Started out in Virginia, worked his way west when he was 14.
Wow.
Worked on the river boats and stuff, and finally ended up in the middle of the state. It's now called Union Gap, but back then it was Yakima. But then
Mhm.
the railroad came, and they said, "No, we're not putting the tracks here. This is the wrong spot. We're putting the tracks down the road a piece about 13 miles away." And everybody in Yakima City waited till the dead of winter. Now think about this for a minute. The dead of winter, and this is back in 1880s sometime, because
Mhm.
my grandfather was born in 1895, so it's before then.
Okay.
They jacked up all the buildings, put them on big, huge logs with the front of the log cut in an angle so it'd go like a sled, and had oxen drag the buildings 13 miles to where they
Say
had to
what?
be. Yeah, I've
What
seen pictures.
on earth?
I've seen pictures painted in the Yakima Museum. I've seen pictures painted of that adventure. My family had
That's an adventure, all right.
yeah, my dad's family is credited with having the first boarding house back then. So
Wow.
when new people came to town, they said, "Where's the hotel?"
That was it.
That was it. The place. There was only one. It
Wow.
wasn't like they had a monopoly. It was just
No
like
Hilton yet.
there's no competitors because nothing has been built.
Mhm. Wow. Now my great grandmother, she left home at 15 to be an adult. And
Yeah.
I guess back then, my dad said that back then, this was his grandmother. Um, Basically, if you were female, you put on a long dress that signified that you were an adult. That's all you had to do. So he said,
Wow.
so his grandmother put on a long dress and set out for the world, become a teacher and all that sort of thing. And Gary, Indiana's first Black Girl Scout leader.
Oh, wow.
And apparently the men, well, Pop said that you would wear short pants as a little boy. And when you put on the long pants, that meant you were ready for adulthood.
Ah.
So, because, you know, you
And
heard
if you
about
put
so
on
many
the long dress, then they would beat you. No, I'm joking.
Oh, they wouldn't be eligible for
Yeah,
Army
they'd be
service.
eligible for the loony bin. Yeah.
But you know, you did hear a lot of stories, I'm sure, about people joining the Army as minors. You know, you just kind of decided, I'm an adult now.
My
Let's go.
dad went in the service when he was 17, and
Mm-hmm.
his father, my grandpa, wouldn't sign the waiver, so
Yeah.
he went to Uncle Bill, who's married to my grandfather's sister, and
Mm-hmm.
had him sign the thing to say he could go in the service when he was 17.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet the father was angry at his brother for doing that, though.
Well, he says that's not. I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know if it went over like a fart in church or if it just went, well, stuff happens, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, I mean, adult life was such that I mean, they didn't have all the restrictions that we have pretty much now. With in
Oh,
terms of legalities and all that sort of thing.
yeah, there was no rules.
Back then, I worked at an engineering firm,
Uh-huh.
and there was a time when they, for whatever reason, I'm sure it was for some legal reason, they requested all of the engineers to bring in their their diplomas.
Right.
And found out that, of course, you have to be licensed and all that sort of thing. But back in the day, like the old guys didn't have even
They
college
weren't
degrees.
invented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you could pass the test, you could be an engineer back then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
It's pretty wild.
that's like when I first became a radio announcer. You had to take a test. You had to go
Mhm.
to the post office in Savannah, Georgia, is where I had to go to take the test.
That's
And
interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
so if you ever become a radio announcer, now you don't have to
Mhm.
determine power of the antenna by indirect power method. But
Mhm.
back then, you had to know that formula and how to calculate it out.
That's interesting because when I wanted to become a radio announcer, I just said I want to be a radio announcer. They said, yeah, Mondays from 3 to 3:30.
Yeah, you just sign a piece of paper and you're in. That's it. Yeah.
We had to have a reason,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah.
I had to have a piece of paper hanging on the wall that was a third class radio telephone operator's license from the Federal Communications
SEC,
Commission.
yeah.
I wish I
Wow.
still had that piece of paper. I don't know whatever happened to
That would
it.
be a cool thing to see.
Yeah, it'd be
You
a
find
neat
it
shadow box.
nice. So so you're totally moved in. That's it. You got everything.
Wait a minute. You know how they say a picture's worth 1,000 words? Does that look moved in?
You haven't unpacked everything yet.
No.
Bless your
I
heart.
haven't got my garden planted yet. That's the big deal. I ordered these. And check this out. This is the website you want to write down. Ready?
Okay.
agardenpatch.com.
A garden, and I'll put it in the notes too. But what is that all about?
They sell a product called the Grow Box. And I think we talked about these once now that I'm thinking about it. Because you said you built those where you just water the plants like every 3 days or so, and they draw the water up from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I placed the order originally on April the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't have them.
Hmm.
My seedlings all moved and made the move okay, but gosh golly, gee whiz, I hope that it's not June 15th when I finally get them. Normally, all things normal, you plant Mother's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming up
Well, actually, I'm not in any great hurry because I actually had to bring my hanging baskets inside. They're sitting inside as we speak because it got down to the 30s last night and the night
Oh
before.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, in
They had a
fact,
freeze warning here. Um, gosh, 3 or 4 days ago, and
okay.
it didn't freeze. It got down to 34,
Mm,
but that's
almost.
cold enough. Yeah,
Now, tonight, it was going to be okay. So, they changed the forecast. So, yesterday, I was going to keep the plants in another night because it was going to be in the 40s tonight. But now they're saying at the lowest tonight temperature will be 54. So that's fine. So I'm going to repot them and then put them outside.
and when you repot them, use potting mix.
Yeah, I got potting mix.
Okay, you
Oh
know
yeah,
about because if a plant's in a container, you want to use potting mix instead of potting soil.
yeah, and you want to water them a lot because the wind blows right through all that and
Yeah,
dries them out quicker. So yeah, so
yeah,
I'm hoping
that's
if I can get everything repotted before it rains. I don't know if I can do that because I would love for them to get some lovely rainwater. That would be nice.
I just noticed something. Your microphone isn't showing.
Oh,
What's
I
the
have a new
deal?
computer.
Oh,
I
you
have, I,
did. Oh, you
I have
got
the
the
new.
new.
I have the M1 MacBook Pro 13-inch,
Yeah,
and I figured for now, I'm using. I'm not using the webcam, and I'm not using the exterior mic, the Yeti mic, but I am using over there the JBL boombox for my speakers so that I
yeah.
get less echo. So I just thought I'd try it out and see if it
The
sounds good.
microphone that's built into the M1 is great. You don't need to go buying another microphone.
Yeah, so I think I'm fine.
Yeah,
Um, and they say that the camera has not been in improved, but it's good enough. It seems fine.
yeah. It looks good. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
have. You're not jiggly or
Mhm. Yeah.
pixelated. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's working.
The biggest difference um, is that my Mac it didn't seem to be holding the Ethernet connection for some reason, and
Huh?
my new computer is. So I am using um, what do you call it? The non-Wi-Fi. What's that called? The
Bluetooth.
I'm connected via cable to the router as opposed to using the Wi-Fi,
Oh,
which is
that's
better.
Ethernet connection. Yeah,
Ethernet, yeah.
that's a better connection. That's what I'm on an Ethernet connection. The only thing
Mhm.
that's connected wirelessly in here is the printer. See that printer right there behind me?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a wireless printer. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It's an HP, and if I was to say print a document, I just have to turn around and pick it up. So
Wow. You know what? I have a wireless printer somewhere around here. I have to get it because with this new MacBook, I finally got to the point where my old HP 1200, which I used for, I
too
guess,
long.
all of my computers from 2000 on,
Yeah.
is no longer compatible.
Uh oh.
And it was black and white. I mean, it was old fashioned, but it was
The
laser. Nice. It was a nice printer.
the
So
the
it's
thing to
incompatible.
explore. Okay, before you throw that away, I had
Hmm.
a scanner that was saying, "Oh, it's not compatible with Windows 10. You can't use it anymore. You have to get a new one." At that time, I had a computer running Linux that was a
Hmm.
standalone workstation. Plugged it into the Linux workstation, bazinga, came right up.
And you know what?
So,
I do have a scanner over there because I would hate to have to buy a new scanner because I have a good one. I might have to check that out. I haven't even plugged that in
yeah.
to see.
Well, there's two ways. You can either have a Linux box plug it in, or
Hmm.
the other way that I did it more often than not was I had VMware Workstation, which is a virtual machine, and I
Okay.
installed Windows XP on the VM And then whenever I needed to scan something, which was so rare that it didn't become a bother, I'd fire up that virtual machine and say, "Oh, I'm going to scan something. Oh, where's the scanner? Oh, there it is." And it would work. It would get the image scanned onto paper, and that was good.
Hey, have you met your new neighbors yet?
Yes. Oh my God.
Nice.
Well, Kim, who's never home, she works for a big cannery outfit, and she covers the world, I think. I mean, she's always gone someplace. And then Debbie and Mike, the neighbors, the next house over. Funny story. Being I'm the new kid in town, I'm going to the front door, right? So I go over and knock on the front door, and I noticed there's a Christmas wreath on the front door. Well, that's odd. Well, this not really, because Mom had her Christmas tree up all the time, and she would she'd turn the lights on during the season, and the rest of the time she'd turn the lights off, so she could still see it in the house, but anybody else, so what? So I said to Debbie, I said, "Do you have a tree up in the house too?" "Well, yeah, with the present still under it." And she said, "No, not really. I have to tell you, normally friends and neighbors come in through the garage. They have a attached garage inside their house and go to the back door. Nobody uses the front door. Nobody." I said, "Except me." So we did that, and she says, "Now you've embarrassed me. I have to take the wreath down off the front door."
Oh.
So
when I was a kid, we used back side doors.
This is the finish of the neighbor story. I'm not a short story kind of guy. So the next day, Debbie comes over. She says, "Guy," because I was outside doing something. Yeah, I turned around, and she's got this big platter with tinfoil on top of it. And I was just about to go to get groceries for food. And I says, "Is that dinner?" She says, "Yes." She had made a loaf of bread, kind of in the shape of a French bread, big, long, and had peanut butter and regular butter to go with it.
That's cute.
And bazinga, there we were. So yesterday morning, the bread was killer good. Darlene is already talking about, I got to learn how to make bread like this. This is awesome. Yesterday morning, because I already went and got sausages for breakfast. I said, "Hey, no, last night for dinner, we took the rest of the bread that was made it into French toast." Oh my God. That was a great plan, except what's the one ingredient you need to have for French toast?
Eggs and syrup.
Right. Do we know where the syrup is? No. It's in one of those boxes, but I remembered I'd seen it laying sideways in the top of a box. So I started flipping open boxes, and bazinga.
You don't label your boxes.
Yeah, I found it. I was so proud of myself. It's like every time I find something, it's like the alarm clock for the bedroom on my nightstand. For 3 days, I didn't know what time it was when I got up. And I get up.
Next time, label your boxes.
Yeah. Well, I need to label it better than Guy's stuff. Well,
what I have done in the past is, of course, box things up by room.
Yeah.
And label accordingly, and then put red dots on the boxes that must be opened first. Like the important
My
stuff.
mother tells the story that when they moved from out south of town to the mobile home park, the manufactured home park in Walla Walla, she had made a big, huge list. Box 27 has got this and this and this. Really detailed, extravagant list. Couldn't find the list. Never did find the list. I mean, even after she'd opened all the boxes and got everything unpacked and put away and yada, yada.
Hilarious.
The list was never found. I said, when I make a document like that, I email it to myself.
Oh, that's smart.
and then I've got it. Or I put it in the password vault, encrypted, upload it
Mhm.
into the cloud.
Cloud, yeah.
Then I have a plan B. Just a
Okay.
second.
You know what's been happening throughout our conversation and also happened yesterday? I keep getting a notice from StreamYard that it has lost my Facebook connection and to click here to reestablish
Huh.
connection. So I wonder what's going on. Now, yesterday I
New
did watch.
device. You got a new device. Same thing's happening to me. Everything I log into with this new
Hmm.
computer is going
Yeah, but,
tilt.
I've been using my new computer for my daily show for a couple weeks.
Um,
So all of a sudden, StreamYard
it's
can't.
it's
I don't
not.
know.
Huh. There should be a cookie or something. A little
I
piece
don't
of
know.
code that says, "Hey, we know this is Pat's computer. Bazinga, put it in there."
Yeah, I don't think. Well, anyway, I'll probably post a question on the StreamYard community page and see if other people are facing the same problem because I have a feeling it's not computer related because I should be able to do this from any computer.
Oh,
I mean,
speaking
it's browser based. Yeah.
the trigger word there was problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my son is very, very rich.
Mm-hmm.
He bought us a 75-inch, big,
Mm-hmm.
huge color TV that's got everything you can imagine is in
How
there.
big is this TV guy?
75 inches. The reason
So
it's the
you can
reason
sit
it's
back like this.
yeah, no, you can see it from across. You can see it from the dining room. Um, so Guy fell asleep in the love seat, knocked the remote control into the bag next to the love seat.
Mm-hmm.
We had no remote control for that TV for about 3 days. And I'm going on to Google and I'm saying, how much does it cost for a new Samsung model 27? I don't know what its model is. Let's see. And oh no, you can't get a separate. You got to use a universal remote. We don't sell the remote separate. Oh God, you can't get a replacement. So I said, okay, let's go back, retrace our steps. What was happening? Well, if I was in the recliner, I would have set the remote right here. And if it fell off of right here, there's a little crack there in the arm of the
Mm-hmm.
chair. It would have fell onto the floor, but there's no floor because there's a bag down there. It's Darlene's
Aha.
computer. Darlene's computer bag. I took everything out. Bazinga! I found the
There it
remote.
was.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I had friends who had one of those 6-foot screens. It was the TV with a strange Fresnel type lens looking curved thing. But anyway,
Yeah,
it was disturbing seeing people larger than life. They were, yeah, and they were too big, especially like for close ups. You see these gigantic eyeballs and noses. I mean,
yeah.
it's a bit
This
much for
this
me.
is gonna. I'm looking forward to baseball season because it's gonna be awesome
Mhm.
to watch baseball.
And you'll
It's
be able to find the puck when watching hockey
yeah,
if
you'll
you watch
see
hockey.
it. My wife,
Yeah,
I
puck.
didn't know it until we got married, but my wife is a big hockey fan. I
We
mean,
grew up watching the
she
Blackhawks.
she knows the game. She
Mhm.
understands what they're doing. Only thing I know is offsides. I know
Yeah.
if the puck goes down and there's not somebody there, it's considered offsides.
Hmm.
And that's
Yeah, we grew up watching the Blackhawks. I know the game pretty well.
did you
But
go?
oh no,
Oh,
I can't imagine going to
well,
because we would.
I'm sorry,
It,
but the name Black Hawks, get it?
yeah,
Okay.
but that wasn't a thing to do to be the
Oh,
only black in the crowd back then.
okay. Okay.
No, mm-mm, no. But TV's good enough.
Yeah.
TV's fine.
Yeah. I think like for some sports, I can't imagine like particular comes to mind is golf. When they have those big golf tournaments, like the Tiger
Hmm.
Woods and all those guys,
Hmm.
why would you want to walk 15 miles to see him hit the ball? It's just nuts. There's a
If
golf
you're
course
a
here
big fan, if you're
where
a
we
big
live.
fan,
Where we live now, there's a golf course, and
mhm.
I walked over to Steve's house the other day just to show him I could do it. It's only
Mhm.
a mile and a third, but it's down a big hill and up a big hill.
Okay.
And I told him I'm going to move a bench to the bottom of the first hill before you go
Oh,
up
there
the
you
other one.
go.
I'm going to have
There
a
you go.
bench right there put in. And he says, "Oh, the benches, they're about $2,000." I said, "Well, maybe not. Maybe I might just
Build
get a
one.
box. I'm just going to get a milk box and sit down there and call
Yeah.
it the pit stop. And then people that are my age that need to take a rest."
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the thoughtful thing to do.
Well, the tiring part of the walk wasn't the walking. It was pulling on the leash because Chewy was going crazy. Because every 10 steps, it was a new thing to smell. Oh my God, there's a light pole. I bet somebody's peed on that light pole. Let's go. Yep, sure enough. And oh gosh, it was constant. I'm not taking him again. No, that was his first and last walk to Steve's.
Can you imagine? It's a whole new world for your little
Oh yeah,
puppy.
yeah. But the other amazing thing is the gate on the backyard to get into the backyard. It's got bars that are about maybe that far apart.
Okay.
Too close together for Lux or Chewy to get through, but not for Joy. And so we were freaking out that, oh, Joy's going to get out of the backyard. So we called her and she'd come to the gate and then look at me like, "Can't you see there's a gate there, dummy? I can't go through that." So we kind of calmed down. So 3 days later, I go to let the dogs back in, open the back door. "Come on, puppies." And I get 2 dogs, no Joy. I look in the backyard real quick, no Joy. I said, "She went out the dang gate." Sure enough, she's 2 houses down the street where the guy's digging up his front yard to make a bigger driveway or something. And
You're going to have to put some kind of mesh.
I did. Steven wanted to get mesh, but what I got is, when you have baby puppies and you put them in the backyard, you don't want them to run off. You get one of those little puppy corrals, this wire mesh fence.
Yeah.
Like from Petco, that's where I went. So I pulled it in the parking lot at Home Depot, and Petco's right across the street. I went, "No, I'm not going to Home Depot and getting some kind of wire and chain it up on the fence. I'm going to go get a puppy corral. I know just how to do it." So I put it in the backyard, blocked off the area getting to the gate where Joy'd get out with that puppy corral. Bazinga, it's working. She can't get out. And then if the lawn guy comes, I just fold that up and put it off to the side. He can cut grass to his heart's content.
Cool.
Put the gate, or put that little puppy corral back before the puppy goes out. It's kind of like having how you have those little fences you put up on the stairs so the baby don't fall down the stairs or go up the stairs. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. So I got to go in a second, but let me just ask you one more question. How big is your space in terms of your yard?
The yard is itty bitty. Small. I probably have, 10 feet wide, 40 feet long. I might have 600 square feet of lawn, the whole grass area. Oh, no, the front yard is bigger. We're not counting the front yard. I'm just thinking about the backyard because that's where I'm going to put the garden. Not a lot. Like the area in the backyard where you're going to put lawn chairs to sit and relax and chew the fat, swap lies, as I say sometimes. I got 2 lawn chairs out there, and it's full.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's itty bitty.
But that means that you can handle it. That means that you can handle it. I mean, there are so many older people who have yards that they just don't know what to do with. They just can't handle it anymore.
I'm fully knowledgeable how to do it, but my son, the one that got us the big TV, he's having his lawn guy come do our lawn because he doesn't want me to do lawn anymore. That's too much strenuous activity. I says, "Now wait a minute. You don't want me to mow the lawn," because I had a self-propelled mower. I had to sell it. And that was a good deal. First time I'd ever sold something on Facebook.
I remember. Yeah.
First guy that came, poof, it was gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, you can walk to my house, but don't be messing with the yard. I said, well, it's a lot less strenuous to mess with the yard than walking 1.3 miles up the big hill to your house. The neat thing about walking to his house is you can see the golf course in partway. And the other day when I walked over, there was guys out there playing golf, and they were pretty good. They were, they weren't, Gary Player, but they were hitting the ball up onto the green. And I said, no, guy, don't stand here and watch them. You'll make them freak out and spoil the ambiance they've got. And so I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, you got to go. I got to go.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Well, thanks for dropping by, Guy, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, in Washington State, so you don't, I just remembered this. The name of the community is Kennewick, which is one of the 3 cities that make up the Tri-Cities on the Columbia River. So if you look it up on Google Map, you can look up Kennewick, but you can also look up Tri-Cities.
So if you're near a river, you can do some good fishing, huh?
I've already asked the guy.
Get some salmon?
No, I asked the guy at Walmart. No, not salmon. Oh, yeah, I could get salmon out of the river. I asked the guy at Walmart yesterday. I said, you have worms here, don't you? Like for fish bait? Oh, yeah, the real worms. Yeah, we got those. Good. I said, I don't want those artificial, rubbery.
Those are weird looking.
Yeah, the fake fish bait never has worked for me. I see guys using it on the TV, on fishing shows. Oh, this is great. You get this little, and nah, I've never caught nothing. All I've caught is a sunburn from being out in the weather too long. Anyway, have a good one. And we'll talk again. All right.
Thanks for dropping by.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Awesome. Okay, that's it for the show. Tomorrow's Sunday, so there will be no Bull City Hangout tomorrow, but I will be back at noon on Monday. See you then. And please send information to the Durham Skywriter. I'll show you my email address because I'd love to hear from you. It is durhamskywriter@gmail.com. Also, send information, via Messenger. Follow me on Facebook, Durham Skywriter, etc. Twitter, Durham Skywriter. And I did my first TikTok last week, and I'll be doing more of those, hopefully starting next week, because the Durham Senior Games start next week. So I hope to be on Instagram and TikTok showing off local sports. With that, let me scroll down here to my outro. And I will see you at noon on Monday. You have a beautiful weekend. Ciao for now.